comeback stories are always a funny thing in Nigerian music, especially in this age and this era of Afrobeats to the world, where we are trying to export sound and say, oh, this is what we sound like. Even though people do different genres, then they hide under the umbrella of Afrobeats to the world, where it means people get to see different sound, they listen to different sound, they say, oh, okay, I like this, I like this. So and it's been a conversation about what sounds represent Afrobeat, but that's a conversation for another day. We have Maleek Berry, who I think it was 2012 I got to know him as a producer, and over the years he's been able to like spawn out music, churning out songs, great songs too. He had like two EPs, I think Last Days of Summer and First Days of Winter. The songs, this EPs dropped around 2016 to like 2018. I mean, so he had great songs on it. And here's the thing, Maleek Berry is back and he's saying, if only love was enough. So is the love enough on this album? Let's see. So here's what I think. I listened to the album, and then before I talk about my reservations, firstly, I would like to talk about things that I like. I think it is impressive for anyone in this space, especially Afrobeat space, where you think, oh, my sound is gone, I don't know what to do. He said, you know what, let me put out these songs. And there are a couple of songs that I really like on the album. I like Lately with Ruga. It had a bit of bounce, sounded fresh. Even Ruga was like, you know those beats, when you listen to it, you see featuring Ruga. You hear the beat first. Even before Ruga speaks, you know Ruga is going to be comfortable on this beat. And that was it. Lately was really nice. I also like To The Morning. Sounds something I've heard before somewhere, I'm not sure. Can't remember where, but it sounds very Jara star fried rice. I'm joking. It sounded like Two-Face Raindrop, but it's saying something different on it. I mean, so I like the song. I like Biggie Man featuring Zlatan. And everything with Zlatan on features sounds like, how will I say it? He elevates songs. Zlatan doesn't come into, I think Zlatan doesn't come into studio and saying, I want to kill this verse. But it's just saying what he feels. It's very comfortable on it. And I love the song. I think this particular song would have been a hit in 2018. It sounded like something that could have slapped in 2018. I like Turning Up. It sounds like a typical Maleek Berry singing his ass off, and it's a typical Maleek Berry song. Lover Boy he's showing us that probably love is not enough, but because for the most part of this album, he's not talking about something smooth about love. It's just expressive. And that takes me to the other song that I like, Pain. I think that's the last track on the album. I like the song. He's like I said, it's very expressive. It's the Maleek Berry I love, that I really like to listen to. And unfortunately, these are the songs I like on the album. The album had like 15 tracks, I think, and I like 5 songs on the album. Now, I would like to express my reservations. This album would have been a top album in 2018. This album would have slapped in 2018. This album could have been one of the best albums in 2018. And I think sometimes you look at your hard drive and songs that you had that you didn't put out, and you ask yourself, if I put this song out in the next 5 years, will it still stand the test of time? Sometimes artists drop songs that are way ahead of their time, but sometimes also when you release songs after a couple of years, it sounds very dated, especially when you look at what people are consuming now and you compare it to what you have, right? Also, can you please stop this Papito thing? It's 2025, I beg. Every song is telling me Papito. So who are you talking to? Please now. Anyways, I'm joking. But what was he doing on that song called Lagos Party? What was he doing? In fact, this song almost ruined Lagos Party by Banky W for me. The song sounded so disjointed. It sounded like he recorded it even before Last Days of Summer or First Days of Winter. I don't know. I just didn't like the song. I don't know. The way he was singing was also somehow. And also again, his voice still has. Here is the thing I will say. I believe his voice still has a place in Afrobeat. Yes, he just needs to find the perfect space or the niche or another direction to make his sound different. Because all through this album, I was trying to relive 2018, 2019 to say, okay, this song was meant for this era. But now we have this era of 2 minutes music, 1 minute 58 seconds music, and it is very difficult for people to. And it's not about the sound, it's not about the way he's speaking, because there are people who this generation is the most laid back and comfortable on a track era. So it's not about the way he sings, because he sings really good. He has a very good voice. I just feel there's something that needs to go somewhere else, right? That's what I feel about the entire thing with this album. Also, there is a song I like, but it would have been another 2018 banger. It is Set It Off. Set It Off sound, but now, for now, what I think about Set It Off is it sounds like an Instagram hit song. You know those songs where you don't really hear them outside or in the club, anywhere, or from your Adugo DJs, right? But when you enter Instagram or you see IG Reels, you see Baddie use it. So I think this Set It Off song, I'll call it like a Baddie hit. All those IG baddies, this is their hit song. And I think if it still pushes there, maybe it could go viral and it helps the entire album. And I will come back and say, okay, maybe I was a bit harsh on the album. Because I think Set It Off is that song for IG. Maybe you should push Set It Off on Instagram. I don't know. Maybe when those like 15 baddies who are influencers, maybe when they use it on their story like 3 times a month, 3 times a week for 1 month, maybe the song could actually set off. So again, here's the thing, Sha. If some songs don't get released during their era, during their time, it's better to just keep it. I know there's a sentiment to it, there's an emotional attachment to songs that you've recorded and say, I really like this song. But then you look at the soundscape, the sonic effect of this entire album seems dated. It seems like it's too late, right? And I know sometimes we want to hear songs and say this song should have come out. Why did you put it in the hard drive? I call songs that are supposed to come out that they didn't come out, I call them hard drive records. This song should just stay in hard drive records. Sometimes this song should just stay in the hard drive. Don't try and do this song is going to hit. Also, there's this song on the album called Make It Right. Seems like a cover to Wizkid's Essence with Thames. I don't know. And the way he was singing on it, it felt like immediately he heard Essence. He said, let me record my own too. But if I can't release that as cover, I'll just do something closer. So the entire album for me, I don't know. It's an enjoyable project to an extent. So here's an example of what I think the album is. You are in your office, you are working, you just want something to play in the background. The volume is like 5 out of 100. You just leave it there. You know when you walk into a bank and the soundtrack is very, very almost silent, but it's playing in the background. I think this is the perfect atmosphere for this album, right? This is what I feel. This is what I think. And also this situation with Wizkid sounded old. Maybe it could save the album, I don't know. But I don't even listen to the song on the album. The song had the most stream because, of course, Wizkid. He has over 1 million stream on, I think, Spotify. I was looking forward to when I was listening to the album, I'm like, when I get to the Wizkid feature, maybe it will sound different because I'm sure because Wizkid probably don't want songs he recorded like 7 years ago to come out now because of the way he's trying to like curate his voice and his growth to say in 2025 Wizkid had a single featuring this person and you hear it and you're like, why is Wizkid sounding this way? And Wizkid doesn't even sound bad on this song. It's just that the song, the entire song with the album, I don't know. Maybe going forward I'll listen to some songs again, and those are the songs I'll go back to listen to. The Pain, Turning Up, Biggie Man, To The Morning, and also lately. I think I'll go back to Biggie Man because I like the song. He had that 2019 effect. So over 10, I'll give this album 4/10. It's and to set up a mic and start criticizing albums or just saying bad thing about stuff is not good. I'm just saying this is my listening experience over 10. It could be next year 2 songs pops up and it pushes the album to number 1 on the Apple chart or whatever, or what you people used to argue and say something is great. Then I'll come back and say, you know what, this it sounded well. But for me, on the first listening, I didn't enjoy it. So I'm giving it 4/10. For those who agree, who don't agree, you can reach out to me on all social media platforms. And we have come to the end of this episode. And I don't think Love Is Actually Enough, Maleek Berry. Push that Set It Off song on Instagram and let the baddies use it as their stories or reels or whatever. And ladies and gentlemen, talk to you guys next time.